Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are around the globe. We've got a very interesting one today as regards the lockdown in Nigeria. The governors in the Nigerian Governors Forum has given Buhari, that's our president, a condition for relaxing the lockdown in the major cities of Nigeria, which is Abuja, Ogun State, and Lagos. So today, we're just going to look into that, and we've got the content now. We've got exactly what is being discussed and what the governors has given, the conditions the governors has given to Mr. Muhammadu Buhari. And also, thank you guys for supporting us. Please, if you're just meeting us for the first time, this is Peak Network. And if you haven't subscribed as well, please do press the subscribe button down below. And also the notification bell so you can get the news as soon as we upload them. All we're trying to do is to get the recent happenings in Nigeria across to every Nigerians across the globe. Thank you very much, guys. Let's go back to the news and let's see what we can make out of it. And at the end of the day, we'll discuss a little bit on what the happenings are and your comments and your take about what is going on in Nigeria. Governors give Buhari conditions for relaxing lockdown on Monday. The Nigeria Governors Forum, NGF, has asked President Muhammadu Buhari to scale down the total lockdown imposed in Lagos, Ogun State, and Abuja. This was contained in a letter dated April 24th, 2020, and signed by NGF, that's Nigerian Governors Forum, Chairman Governor Kayode Fayemi of Ekiti State. The letter was addressed to the Secretary to the Governor of the Federation, Chairman, Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, Boss Mustafa. The governors have asked Buhari to allow free movement in all the states, but with restrictions on large gatherings. The other things the governors want incorporated into President Muhammadu Buhari's impending announcement on the lockdown are interstate lockdown, excluding movement of essential supplies, food, beverages, medicals and pharmaceuticals, petroleum supplies and agricultural products, internal free movement but with restrictions on large gatherings and assemblies, overnight curfews, lockdown on flights, and compulsory use of face mask coverings in public places. Fayemi said NGF's position was a follow-up of a teleconference meeting with the Vice President Yemi Osibanjo on April 22nd, 2020. Recall, at the meeting it was agreed that the Nigeria Governors Forum, NGF, articulates the issues that it would want to be included in the next presidential pronouncement on COVID-19 so as to have a uniform and coordinated policy on COVID-19 at both the national and subnational levels, he added. Nigeria currently has 1,095 cases confirmed of COVID-19 in the country, with 208 discharged and 32 deaths. Buhari is expected to make a new announcement on Monday, April 27th, when the second 14-day lockdown elapses. So my people, that's the news reaching us. That's the content of the news. The Governors Forum of Nigeria has given Buhari the condition for the lockdown to be relaxed, and a few things here that we need to discuss about, that we need to talk about. But firstly, we want to confirm that a letter was sent to our president on the 24th of April, which is yesterday. And it's been confirmed that the chairman of the group has written the letter, who is the person of Mr. Kayode Fayemi of Ekiti State. So they've written a letter to the secretary to the government of the federation, who is the person of Boss Mustafa. You know, so the letter has reached the presidency, and they are saying they've given the conditions for the lockdown to be relaxed, because what these guys are saying is that, or what Nigerians are saying is that this lockdown has to be one way or the other relaxed, because the country cannot just go on a lockdown without nothing happening, with all the things that we've been seeing. And if you look at the death rate in Nigeria, it's not as alarming as that of other countries of the world. You know, so far so good. 208 people have recovered from the COVID-19. We've only had 32 deaths, which are obviously older people and are related and have some sort of impending ailments, you know. So as such, they are thinking, the Nigeria Governors Forum are thinking that the lockdown has to be relaxed in one way or the other. But they have put some guidelines, some things, some conditions for this lockdown to be relaxed. And we are just going to look into the conditions that these governors have said and how it actually affects ordinary Nigerians. So the governors has asked Buhari to allow free movement in all the states, but with restrictions on large gatherings. You know, so I think that's quite interesting, because when we say restrictions on large gatherings, we don't know how much Nigerians can adhere to that or keep to that if the lockdown be relaxed. First and foremost, what are large gatherings? Large gatherings like churches, mosque, the gatherings in the churches, in the mosque, and other places, parties and marriages, weddings, and all of that. But again, large gatherings are is an ambiguous phrase, because there need to be a caveat to this, because we could say that, okay, large gatherings ranges from anything above 10 or 20 people and above. We can say that's large gatherings. So for this one, I think there needs to be a caveat on large gatherings, because some churches can tell you they've got only 400 members, and that's not large gatherings. You know, it's relative to what they've got. For example, if they've got 20,000 people and 400 people to them, it's not a large gathering. It's relative to their members. So what we need to, what I think, if President Muhammad Buhari has to accept this, there needs to be a caveat on this, on large gatherings. So the second thing here that the governors also incorporated into President Muhammad Buhari's impending announcement on the lockdown is that interstate lockdown excluding movement of essential food supplies, beverages, medical, pharmaceutical, petroleum supplies, and agricultural products. You know, yes, I think this one is quite clear. You know, in a situation like this, in a pandemic situation, all the movement that needs to happen within interstates should be essentials, and which they have mentioned here. You know, supplies of mostly petroleum products, agricultural products, food, beverages, medicals, and pharmaceutical items. Those are the items that needs to move within interstates right now. But human beings moving up and down, there needs to be some form of restriction of movement of people. You know, the only thing at this point in time that needs to go around, that moves around, is what these governors have mentioned, and which is quite encouraging with what they have said concerning interstate lockdown. Also, they talked about curfew. You know, at this point in time, overnight curfews, I think that is absolutely fantastic as well. There needs to be curfew within certain period of time, because obviously people can't be having night parties, going around in the night and all that, in a situation where the country is in a partial lockdown. And also the lockdown of flights, that's very important as well. And compulsory use of face masks. Well, that I am not sure, but we need to ascertain if that actually contains the virus, you know, and if that actually stops restricts the virus to a large extent, you know, because there are people that still wouldn't want to be wearing face mask at this point in time. So these are the conditions. These are a few conditions that the that the Nigeria Governors Forum has given. So my people, that's the news reaching us. That's the current scheme of things at the moment. And it's expected that Buhari is going to make an announcement on Monday, April 27th. So people, do leave your comments just down below. We want to hear your take. We want to know what you're thinking about what is going on in the country and what the Governors Forum has proposed. Thank you very much, my people. Please do leave your comments until we meet again. God bless you.